Welcome back to We Like That podcast.
Because we like that. I'm Joe.
And I'm Calvin.
Welcome back,
Shakaka.
Bunkies.
That's supposed to be what you said. That's what they call.
If you watch Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, whatever the other lockups are, Lockup happily Ever After, or whatever the other ones are, a lot of those fans call themselves Bunkies. As in, sell Bunkies. Because Love After Lockup.
So we bunky monkeys?
Why are we monkeys?
I don't know.
You're racist.
I've been called that before.
That's weird.
I didn't care.
That's weird.
Still don't care.
How is your week?
A lot of shots, people dancing on tables.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see somebody throw up at a bar.
That's live and in person. That's pretty cool.
Like the first. So I think happy hour started maybe like 3 or 4.
No. Happy hours don't start at 3 or 4.
I don't know. I don't know what time the happy hour starts.
Typically, happy hours are like maybe 4:34 to like about 6.
Well, that place, it's called the Wet Bar.
Uh-huh.
The water bar. I don't know why I keep saying wet. The water bar. I think it closes at like 9 or 10.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know when the happy hour starts. All I know is
We
like
can look it
around
up.
6 when this person went all over the place.
It sounds like there's a very strict noise ordinance around there for everything to end the way it ends.
Yeah, because when the band is done, they're done.
Yeah, this says they close at 10.
It's like their instruments are transformers. They transformed themselves and got the hell up out of there.
Yeah, they normally close at 10. They only close
Yeah.
early on Sundays.
Yeah, so and what made it crazy is she knew she was feeling funny. And instead of getting up and go to the bushes, because there's a lot of bushes around there, don't get it twisted. It is a little trollop to the bathroom.
A trollop?
Yeah, it's a little trollop to the bathroom.
That's not a measure of distance. But
Or
all right.
hike to the bathroom. But there are a lot of bushes in between those bathrooms.
Not a lot of bushes.
She could have went to the bush. She could have went in the fountain. That'd have been disgusting, but better. No, she just went right there in the bar.
Mm. We also got to see Kid Fury at the DC Improv at one of his many sold-out shows for Life is Better. And I enjoyed myself.
Like I said, I didn't realize he actually hung himself at Coachella. Like, at Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was like telling a story in like a dream. He thought he was still at Coachella.
Oh, you thought because of the shroom story? He
Yeah.
was imagining it
Yeah.
all.
But the fact that he did it at Coachella and nobody saw it.
He was by himself, remember? He didn't have a good time at Coachella.
What I'm saying is, it's supposed to be a lot of people, so there shouldn't be that many spaces.
They were at the show. He was away from the show.
Okay.
Coachella's like an outdoor camp kind of thing.
Yeah.
Festival. So he was he wasn't like within the walking path because other people were walking back and forth. But you also got to understand they're also on substances. They're also doing their own thing.
So you mean to tell me they were hallucinating, thinking they saw a black man trying to hang himself?
Maybe. But he was also away. Everybody was watching the Frank Ocean show. And he was away from the crowd.
I thought people don't like Frank Ocean no more.
White people love him.
Oh, okay. Also, there's like a broccoli fest going on this weekend.
That's so random and has nothing to do with Kid Fury. But we had a good time with Kid Fury.
But he was saying how he was had a fantasy about one of the rappers or the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is performing at the broccoli fest.
You don't even know his name. How do you know he's at the broccoli fest?
He's at the what's his name? He's at the broccoli fest.
How do you know he's at the broccoli fest? You don't even know his name.
What's his name?
And didn't broccoli fest already happen?
No, it's happening this weekend.
No, it's today, the 27th.
Yeah, today. It's
Next
happening.
weekend.
I said this weekend.
You're the worst.
I don't think you listen.
I don't
Even
think
with these
you
headphones.
listen.
Even with these headphones.
You just said, and we're recording this so I can rewind it back.
Weekend.
You said next weekend.
I said this weekend.
You want me to rewind it back?
You're going to do it anyway, just to see that you were wrong, right?
Wrong and right.
Yes.
Who do you think he said, Calvin?
Konnichiwa? Oh, Konnichiwa?
Kate Tronada?
Yeah, Kate Tronada. That's the word right there. Katana.
Nope.
What? Nope, what?
Nope.
No, what?
Oh, Issa Rae's gonna be here though.
Yeah, he said Katana was the dude
Bryson Tiller.
that he was fantasizing about, and the
Yeah.
dude told him, yeah. So,
K-Tronada.
K-Train.
K-Tronada's not gonna be at Broccoli Fest.
Yes, he is. He's on the flyer. He's on the flyer, that's all.
Calvin, you just told me you didn't know what his name was. You didn't know when Broccoli Fest was. But now you saw a flyer?
Yep, he's on the flyer, that's all. I'll get my phone, I'll let you see it.
Goodness gracious.
You want me to get my phone down so you can see it? So I can prove you wrong? I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, I got to prove somebody wrong again.
You don't know any details, but you're right? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I would love to go to Broccoli Fest, but I have been warned by work not to go.
Why?
Because it's broccoli. And we can do impromptu drug tests at any point. Why did you get this from Pam?
Because she likes
Broccoli?
hood music.
Oh, that's true.
She likes to
Because
do
when
she liked to do hood shit with all her hood friends.
was it Tupac? No, who came on and she knew all the words to
Ja
it?
Rule.
Ja Rule.
I know if Ja Rule's over there, she been up there. Get it, yeah. Do I do
Shout out to Pam.
what I do?
I just like that she stopped having her conversation and then immediately knew all the words to the song. It was hilarious.
But yeah, he's there. He's on Party Next Door. Does it make sense now?
I like that song, but the rest of it, not so much. What's Gunna? See, I don't know these people. Megan Thee Stallion, I know. Victoria Monet, I know. Unfortunately, I know who Sexy Red is, but I'm not going to support that music.
And two, you probably will never ever get drug tested. They rarely ever do drug tests once you get in.
That is a very interesting conversation.
I haven't done a drug test since I got out the military. At all. No one's ever brought it up, nor has anyone
I
asked me.
did to get the job. They made me go do it.
Yes. Once you're in, they don't give a shit at that point.
Okay, got
As long as you don't come to work smelling like anything.
What I'm saying is I was already
they don't care.
that type of employee going in, and they still made me do it.
Guess what? Your friends probably went there and probably got high.
You're so crazy.
That's probably what happened. Anywho, what else did you do this weekend?
We saw the new Deadpool. It was actually pretty good.
I like how they brought all the old characters that no one thought about to be in this
All
movie.
Marvel affiliated characters.
That
First
no one
of
thought
all,
about.
I didn't know we were going to get the Henry Cavill reveal for Logan. He was one of the actors that was on deck to take over for Hugh Jackman to be the new Wolverine. I did not know we were going to get it.
Spoiler alerts if you haven't seen the movies.
Yeah, well, I really doubt that they're that vested. But just in case, spoiler. You're going to get a bunch of cameos.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Cavill as Wolverine, I was not prepared for. Seeing
Channing Tatum
as Remy LeBeau.
as Gambit threw me the fuck. I'm like, what is this?
Well, so you don't remember when he took over so they weren't going to do a Gambit standalone movie. They included him in the other Wolverine movie, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So they included him there, but he didn't test well with audiences. So they were like, we're not going to do it. But then Channing Tatum and his production group like really pushed forward to have a standalone movie. Channing Tatum is from New Orleans. So he was like, I'm going to bring a New Orleans flavor because Remy LeBeau is supposed to be from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So when the news came out that
he still has stuff on the X-Men.
Yes. So when the stuff came out that Channing Tatum was going to be Gambit, there wasn't a lot of support publicly. A lot of people were like, why? Because they only know him for
Grinding and Bumping.
What's the name of his movies? I said Dirty
Magic
Mike,
City.
but that's not it.
Magic Mike.
That's it. They only know him for that. So they were like, this is going to be bad. Then it just went into like production hell. It took years for it to go nowhere. Directors kept changing. Producers kept changing. Like it was a nightmare. And it never went anywhere. It finally just shelved it. They stopped it. So the fact that he comes up, I was like, what? And then him doing the accent. What did you think of his accent?
I'm not going to lie to you. The accent was the best thing about it.
Oh, it sold it for you. Okay.
Because he was saying stuff that you couldn't understand, which if you're Gambit and you're from Louisiana and you from that.
Did it sound authentic to you? It sounded
Yeah.
put on to me.
It sounded put on because the face that was doing it.
Okay.
That's why.
But like you're like if it wasn't Channing Tatum but same voice, you would have been like
If you go watch
The Gators.
yeah, what's that show called?
I was gonna say Crocodile Hunter. That's not it.
Oh my god, I used to watch it religiously too.
Gator somethings. Gator catchers.
Alligator hunters or whatever it's called. They sound worse than that. It's like Geechee.
It's not Gator Boys. Swamp People.
Swamp People.
Okay.
If you go watch Swamp People, he's pretty much giving you a
Cajun accent.
A Cajun accent with a more understanding Cajun accent.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Cajun light, so that you can still kind of understand what he's saying.
Yeah, because there were some times where he actually sounded like the dudes where you couldn't understand. When Deadpool said, "What the hell did he just say?"
Right.
That was authentic Cajun.
Okay.
Because if you watch Swamp People,
Mhm.
it gets to a point where even the closed caption just goes blah 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 blah.
Question marks.
Yeah, squiggly lines, accents. They just don't know what the hell they're saying, and I can catch it because I grew up around a lot of Geech people. They chop words just like that. When I say chop words, they chop them and then they combine and take out certain letters and make one word.
You think it's blasphemous, but I still say that the New Orleans accent is very similar to a South Carolina accent. It's very similar.
Probably one and the same.
To a Geechee accent.
It's probably one and the same.
Mm.
So, but yeah, his accent was good. Actually, his fighting in the card thing was pretty good too.
The fighting sold it for me too.
I think if his face was different, they would have bought the Gambit better.
Yeah, because he was in a comic accurate costume for Gambit. I was like, I don't know where we're going with this, but for me, it's when he started fighting with them cards. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board.
And then he had the stick too, and he was actually using the stick.
Yeah,
I honestly think if you change the face, if he had a different face, people would have liked that Gambit. I think he would have been a real good Gambit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was impressed. I was impressed with the fight choreography that he was able to pull off.
Another thing that shocked me that made me laugh when Blade walked out that bitch.
I gasped out loud. out loud.
And then he was like, "Ain't gonna be no other Blade." And then
Deadpool looks straight at the camera.
Looks at the camera, goes,
"Mahershala is on the way."
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any interviews that Wesley did around that?
No.
Of course he got pulled for interviews because they're promoting Deadpool, and because famously him and Ryan Reynolds did not get along in the last Blade. Famously.
Oh yeah, because he was like, I forgot he was in the Blade Trinity.
Yeah, he was. He was in the last one.
And he's pretty much the same character.
Basically.
He was Deadpool light.
Yeah. Well, Deadpool's based on Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
Yes, the comic character is based on Ryan Reynolds. It was when he was doing a show called Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
How old is Deadpool?
Around that age, so early 2000s. He's in his Deadpool. The character's in its 20s.
I literally thought Deadpool was like a 70s character.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow, it makes sense then. It makes perfect sense that only he can play that person. It makes sense why the character is perfect for him. It's literally him.
Well, yeah, they based his personality off of that character he played in Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, which is basically him. So yeah.
Okay, that's why it works so good.
Yep.
Everybody can't be that lucky.
Well, but so the other cameo you get though is Jennifer Gardner. Yeah, Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. Did you ever see her movie Elektra?
Yeah, I've seen it because it used to be in rotation on regular TV.
Yeah, like on TBS and TNT.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious when they brought up Daredevil because her ex-husband played Daredevil. That was Ben Affleck, and Deadpool was like, "Oh, not Daredevil," and she goes, "No, it's okay."
He's like, okay.
Right. I thought that was hilarious.
I like the twist of the bad person, the bad guy.
Okay.
Being Xavier's
twin sister.
Twin sister.
Have you ever heard of her before?
Which I've never heard he had a twin sister.
There is
that was the first time today was when I
heard
first
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
There's a spin-off storyline involving her and how her telepathic powers grew. Like she said, like they mentioned in the movie, she tried to kill Charles in the womb.
No, that ain't gangster.
She wasn't successful because he's a stronger telepath. And then in this movie storyline, after she was born, she got snatched up by the TVA. So he never even registered that she existed. And they scrubbed the memories, so his parents don't even know that she existed. So that's why she said that void was home. She's only ever known that place. And that's why she mentions the deal to Paradox later. Like, we had a deal.
I like the fact that she was bald headed. That was funny. I was like, oh.
I like that she has to physically be in contact with somebody to do that, to do her ability.
But it seems like when she touched you, it's stronger than Xavier. Seems like she's stronger than Xavier because she can heal.
No, he can heal.
He can.
Yeah, he can heal.
I didn't know that.
But
why did he not heal his legs?
She didn't heal her legs.
Why didn't he not heal his legs?
No, she can like seal herself up. She can't reform her body. Like if she lost a limb, she can't grow it back.
I get that. Why didn't he not heal his legs?
No, like if she got shot in her spine, she also would not gain the access of her legs.
Okay.
She got shot in the stomach.
I'm just saying, why didn't Charles fix his legs if he can re-heal himself?
For the same reason she can't fix her legs.
Oh.
She's not regenerative.
Okay.
She can heal, which is different. Got it?
Whatever.
You get it? You got it?
Sure.
Okay.
If you got that much power.
I'm just saying, we've seen Charles also heal people.
Walk again. That's all I'm saying.
You've seen Charles heal people too. Yeah, Mystique. When Mystique got hurt, he heals her.
Oh, during that when it was in that little mountain and they're trying to get Wolverine. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember which.
But my thing is,
X-Men
they can only do like I don't want to say surface stuff, but like she got shot in the stomach, so she's able to like have those bullets be taken out and then blah 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 blah.
We spend way too much time on this. But yeah, I got it.
You wanted to do this over. That's what happens.
Whatever.
But it was good. I enjoyed it. I love seeing Hugh Jackman in the comic book accurate Wolverine. I did not know we were gonna get the mask.
That mask
got
was
excited.
Crazy. When he put it on.
Got excited. I'm not gonna lie. I also sighed when his clothes blew off, but just his top, just his shirt blew off, and Deadpool's looking at his abs. I was that guy with that mug who was just staring dreamily at the guys.
I also like the fact that when Hugh Jackman had the dog and he walked across and nobody shot the dog. Don't shoot the dog.
They said, hold your fire.
Hold your fire.
That's a pretty puppy.
It's a pretty puppy. We like a dog.
That and when Peter shows up.
Yeah. Peter. We all have Peters in our timeline.
Also, how the gorgeous Deadpool couldn't regenerate, but all the other ones could.
Yeah.
That was
and
hilarious.
How the time cop black lady came and saw Peter and she's like
stunned into silence.
He's like, I know.
You make that suit look good.
I know I do. I'm sorry.
I loved it. I even love that we got the X-Men 1 cameos of everybody.
Yeah.
Toad shows up. Sabretooth shows up. Fire Dude shows up.
Yeah.
Pyro is his name.
Pyro, yeah.
That was cool. We saw Azazel.
What the hell is
I
that?
love Azazel. The red demon that was teleporting.
We also saw his wife with the
his wife.
His ex-girlfriend.
What?
Wolverine's girlfriend with the animanium long nails.
That's not his girlfriend.
Well, they had her in the cartoon. She was
With the long nails? That was a girlfriend?
Yeah.
In the movies, she's another ex-project.
She was like a lover.
I didn't know
in the
that.
cartoon.
I didn't know that.
I'll show you the old cartoon. I'll show you the episode.
Oh. I like that they brought back X-23 and we got to see her as a teenager. That was cute.
Yeah, but she does become like a
girlfriend.
Like a
You're just doing quotations.
She becomes an enemy because I think she wanted him.
Is she an antagonist? Like she turns good at some point, or she's just a straight villain?
They started like in love, like a relationship, and then they kidnapped her or something.
Okay.
And something else.
And then they turned her into this thing.
Then she turned her into that thing. And
I wonder if she had a healing factor then, and that's why that's why they turned Logan. That's why Logan gets all the adamantium.
I don't know.
Interesting. Wonders never cease, but I liked it. I also like they made fun of the fact that they've been leaning on this multiverse thing, and it hasn't always been successful. Everything that Deadpool is quipping is real life stuff, real life opinions about what's going on with the Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious. But I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, the movie was straight. I liked it.
I am wondering how they're going to tie this up. So you know that this is all supposed to lead to another Avengers event.
Mm-hmm.
Is Deadpool going to be in it? Is that why Thor's crying over him at some point?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But who's their big bad? Because it's not going to be what's his face, unless they're recasting.
I think it'll be another boss that they fought probably in like a side cartoon or comic book or something like that.
I'd be interested to see how they're going to maneuver that, but that is for another time. But it was a good watch. If you get the chance to go see it, if you like the Marvel stuffs, definitely go watch. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine, I think it's called.
We also watched. Did we talk about the Tyler Perry movie last time?
We did not. I said I wanted to watch it. You told me I was crazy. I watched it anyway.
Yeah, it's just a mash of all his other movies.
I still enjoyed myself. Like I still
I only enjoyed the first 7 minutes because people talk about the funeral scene, but they never put it in perspective. To watch it, I understand why that lady felt that way.
It was interesting.
My son just died. My daughter-in-law tells me her father, who's a preacher, is going to at least say something good about my son.
Oh, it's a movie called Divorce in the Black. That's what it's called.
Then he just fries my son the whole time. And not only that, my family to our face.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like...
It was so disrespectful.
It was mad disrespectful.
He was like this. You see why he's dead? Because he never led a good life. Just like his family never led a good life and led him to this destruction. It was like, yo.
He could have just said, hey,
we all make our mistakes as humans.
Yada, yada, yada. Hopefully God lets this son into whatever.
Right. Hopefully he's now found his
and
peace.
And then he could be like, but you still have time to get your soul saved and change and do whatever we'll do. Whatever we'll do. Nah, he just went to lambasting the whole family.
The whole family.
And when she took off her clothes, I'm like, she about to show her ninnies at the funeral. I'm like, that's crazy.
Well, so she starts stripping because basically the I want to say the mother of the church, but she also has a title. I forgot.
She's the first lady.
She's the first lady, but she's also like a pastor or a bishop or something. She also has a title. But she was like, how are you going to talk back to us and try to take from us when we gave you the clothes on your back? That's why she took off her clothes.
Makes sense. But taking that body out the casket and taking it. So, just to let y'all know, that must have happened in real life.
It feels like it could have.
Because I saw something on Facebook. So, it's this dude. He's at a funeral. And they put him in a box cart with a steering wheel, sitting him up, and he's just spinning around in circles. And this lady is
They turned the box cart on?
I sent you that. I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
I sent it to you.
So he's in a live box cart that's spinning.
Yeah. And it's just spinning in circles.
Interesting.
And
I mean, we out here, we know a family that took the dead body and propped it up to stand at a club.
At a club.
You know?
And it's like $80 to get in.
Oh, but it's on a
you.
stand. Okay, I get it.
No, thank you.
But I mean, everybody has their own way to grieve. I wouldn't be surprised.
This dude look like he's driving Miss Daisy right now.
But that's what he wanted. You know, you're trying to be respectful of these last wishes. So I don't blame him.
Feely rhythm, feely rhyme. Come on, guys, it's boxcar time. Cool runnings. This shit is stupid.
Okay.
Just for you guys to let you know, if I were to pass and she decided to sit me in my couch with my controllers in my hand for my PS5 like I'm playing PlayStation, please do what that lady did.
I'm going to get you the casket that's got the TV screen inside, the LCD. LCD screen.
Mm-hmm.
Touch screen. I don't know how you're going to use it, but you're going to have one of those. I'm going to plug up the PS5 and have the station. I'm going to put our names on it. It's going to say Javon and Calvin forever as you play. And that's what's going to be on there. And our song's going to play on loop on that LCD screen.
Okay. I give everybody who's hearing this and hear my voice, you have the right to pick me up and take me out that casket and do what that lady did.
Just the body and put you in the back of a truck.
Exactly. Do what that lady did.
Not
in the
strapped
Tyler
down
Perry
or
movie.
nothing.
I don't even care. At that point, I don't care. Just get me the hell up out of there. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Get me the hell up out of there.
The movie is a regular wild behind Tyler Perry movie. I enjoyed myself though. I had fun. I had a good time.
Cool.
All right, on to Dat Happened after all of that. You ready?
Skibbity bop that happened with Joe.
Okay, first of all, I want to talk about the Kamala Namicon that is happening right now.
Namicon.
Kamala Namicon.
Okay.
It's based on
chameleon?
There's a song by a singer called Feminomicon, but it's all about femininity, and people are attributing that with Kamala's new run. So, last week I said on here, because these white guys were over here being like, this is a chance for the youth to join up. They were so excited for Kamala to start, and I was like, I don't know how excited the world's actually going to be. We've been here before with a woman running for office, a black woman running for office. They already had issues with her being VP. Apparently, I was incredibly wrong, because her popularity is soaring right now. Soaring. People who've never given money for, like, it's not called gifted. What's it called?
Contribution? Campaign contribution?
I guess contribution, but like basically give it to charity. Giving it to people who are running are all of a sudden come out the woodwork to do so. We had a black woman call that happened. So it started with black women getting together and calling for Kamala. They all got on Zoom, crash Zoom, because there was thousands of them. Then the white women were like, we got to do it too. So they did it, and they doubled those numbers. The black men got involved. Black men for Kamala doubled those numbers as well. This lady is raising money like it's nothing. Latinas are getting involved. It's going down the line. Have you seen any of her TikToks or her memes that have been going out?
No, I've seen a couple of stuff on Facebook, I think.
Whatever Gen Zer she has doing her social medias, they are killing it right now. It is so funny. And it is just incorporating so many current trends that revolve around her. That whole falling out of a coconut tree thing. All of that. And then, on top of all of that, she got Beyonce to agree to license the song Freedom for her campaign. And that song is coming in clutch for all of her ads. We have less than 4 months before November. Less than that for early voting. She still doesn't necessarily have the nomination secured yet. They haven't said it officially, but it's feeling like it's going to be Kamala. And I cannot believe how many people are in favor of this. It's nice. It's a nice way to be corrected. It's a very nice way to be corrected.
Yeah, I know some people who actually contributed to her and actually gave money for the first time too.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like, yeah, everybody's invested. A lot of people are invested.
Yes.
So it's crazy.
I was in shock.
So let's see what happens. Hopefully it continues all the way through November.
Please. Okay, so all of that being said, I also have some local hometown love during lockup gossip for you.
After lockup.
Of course, I don't have my phone. Stall for me. Say things.
Say things. So apparently it's this chick who was a correctional officer, if I'm not mistaken. She fell in love with another female inmate. And apparently she lost her job because she really wanted to be with that inmate.
Like really hardcore wanted to be with that roommate.
So I don't know. It's not in Baltimore, is it?
Jessup.
Jessup, yes, like close to Baltimore.
So out of Jessup, Maryland, at the Anne Arundel Women's Correction Facility. They're calling it employee misconduct. It was they call it a 3-year veteran. Basically, this correctional officer that's worked there for 3 years pled guilty to misconduct in the office. Here's what got me about the whole article. One, that they have 800 times that she spoke to this inmate on tape because they use the correctional facility lines to do all the talking.
I don't understand why she thought that was going to come back to bite her.
What?
You think she would know that they're tapped?
What?
Because she's the one listening probably sometimes, which is crazy.
It is insane. That and they continue to call the love interest a victim because there's a power dynamic. She is a correctional officer, and this is somebody who is serving. The power is not equal. But they have a quote where this person, the correctional officer, stated to a person they thought was trying to go after their love interest. It don't matter what y'all say. Y'all are inmates, and I have the upper hand. It's your word against mine. But you tell that bitch, referring to the rival, to stay away from my girl.
I guarantee she thought she cut the tapes or did whatever.
Or maybe she felt like they don't watch him like that. I wonder if it's that too. Like complacency can make you real brave as well.
Yeah, no, it makes you stupid.
Or she's not the only correctional officer that does this. So she was like, it's not going to be a big deal. And then she got caught up.
Because they probably use their phones to call home or call people. So, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Also, it's wild to threaten somebody on a recorded line.
Hope that punani was worth it.
Apparently it wasn't, because she lost that job. She got a suspended sentence. She got probation she got to face. She's now not even in the correctional facility where this person is. So, how?
Got some trim coming in 4. Can we hurry this up?
Not trim. Okay, so that's it. That's all I got for That Happened.
Skeety bop bop, That Happened with Joe.
So we got our. Oh, have we even said what we're reviewing?
Nope.
So we watched Dirty Pop, the boy band Scam. That's our worth the watch. We are also caught up on 90 Day the Other Way, season 6, episode 4, and Love After Lockup has returned.
Yes, I got an email from our investigative team.
Oh, I see.
She told me there's a new life after lockup.
Excellent. It's Love After Lockup though.
Oh yeah, Love After Lockup.
What is okay?
Thank you, Pam.
There's Love During Lockup where their inmates are still in jail and they're still talking. Yeah. There's Love After Lockup where they just got released and now they're trying to see how this is going to work with their fiancés.
Yeah.
Then there's Life After Lockup, and I think that's it's stretched further, right? They've been out for a minute and we're seeing how their lives are working.
Yes.
Okay. All that being said, which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's just keep it in order that the show did it.
Okay, so worth the watch. Dirty Pop, the boy band Scam. Overall, succinctly, to put it all together for you, it talks about Lou Pearlman and his Ponzi scheme antics and how he was really good at it, basically. He pretended he had an airline. He pretended to have high-yield stock that he got people to invest in. There was no stock. He would get loans from banks that were extravagant, not pay them back, get a loan from another bank to pay the other bank, and keep it moving, keep it going, never pay anything.
Didn't he have like a blimp business too?
Yep, that's part of his airline.
Oh, wow, okay.
Also, who's in blimps? Anyway.
The Goodyear?
First of all, they're showing how he was lying, and there's like pictures of him owning planes, but it's literally like a plane in a distant perspective of a runway. We find out from the people that he's holding these planes. But I do wonder why nobody was like, how come you can't see the full plane on the runway? How come they're always like just above it? It's very interesting.
My whole thing is, and then it's like it's going the wrong way.
Right. Right. The wind is blowing one way, but that plane's going the opposite direction. So. Yes. But he's also known for creating the boy bands like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. There's also O-Town. They mentioned 2 other groups I have never heard of.
LFO?
No, LFO. He produced for them. He didn't found them.
Okay.
But no, the other boy bands.
Natural?
Yeah. And what, Essence or something? And there's like a girl group. There's
well,
other
The girl group had Britney Spears
Innocence.
in it. Yeah, the girl band had Britney Spears in it.
For a blink of an eye.
Like a tick.
And then she went with Disney. But yeah, he scammed all these elderly retirees out their money to do this business of his. An associate of his commits suicide once he realizes what's going on.
Well, some people said he might have been.
Some people everybody knew it was suicide, but Lou Pearlman all of a sudden was like, first he was like, I don't care. He couldn't hack it. And then he was like, I don't think it was suicide.
Yeah. So who knows? But everybody's assuming it's suicide.
Then you also have Lou Pearlman's girlfriend who talks about their relationship. And essentially she was his nurse because he was dealing with some heart issues. And then one day she shows up and he's like, you're my girlfriend now. And she said, okay. So
it's not like she said, okay. She's like, whatever.
She was done. She told him it was the last day of her being there as his nurse. She's like, I'm telling him that he doesn't need to keep a nurse around because he's doing better. And he's like, be my girlfriend. And she said, okay.
No, I think she liked the life she was living.
He was providing for her.
Yeah. So she's like, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. It ain't like I gotta do nothing for it.
Really, truthfully. She said he tried to kiss her once. It was awkward. She didn't feel a spark, but she stayed in that relationship. So
Because to her, it wasn't really a relationship. It was contractual.
The other thing is, I feel like they brought that up because there were a lot of allegations about
Him possibly being
a molester, about having inappropriate contact with these young boys he was around a lot, which is why they like went to great lengths to talk with the other guys that were living with him or had these friendships with him, and they're like, we didn't see anything. However, there was a lot of sketchy stuff. Or I wouldn't dismiss it if somebody else said that they experienced this. It's very interesting. Especially that guy that lived with him for 7 years. I was like, yeah, that's very interesting.
Sounds like he was just interested in making money. Oh, covering up his scams. He was too busy trying to cover up his scams, so he didn't have time to do nothing else.
Well, I also feel like maybe he excused some behavior and was like, it's not gay. We're friends. So I don't know.
Stop. That's gay.
I don't know. But yeah, so it's not anything new. There have been a lot of documentaries around Lou Pearlman, his start, because basically he lied. He lied his way to the top and was able to hold it for a minute, for a while, with all the lies. Allegedly, he stole over $500 million, but they've only been able to recover $10 million to this day.
That's crazy.
Hey.
But that's not unusual.
Hey. Also, I didn't realize he had involvement with other celebrities, like that story about Michael Jackson and him giving them advice on how to handle public perception.
And then they did the
Jackson 5 reunion.
Jackson 5 tour, and then the next day 9/11 happened.
Yeah. So like this, he's like, they don't need to worry. They don't need to know about your personal life. I'm like, that's an interesting phrase for the allegations that were happening. Very interesting.
Yeah, but he founded the greatest pop boy band ever.
That's right, NSYNC.
Backstreet Boys.
So I found out Calvin is a hardcore Backstreet Boy fan.
Not a hardcore.
Did not realize
I just
this.
think they're better than NSYNC. That's all. They sing better. They sing better.
I disagree.
I heard the harmonies. I'm like, that's trash from NSYNC. Backstreet Boys, crisp.
First of all, Calvin is not a boy band fan. There's that.
At all.
2, Backstreet Boy is really the only boy band he knows. 3,
I don't care who you are.
NSYNC distinctively were trying to go for this urban element. They were trying very hard to be black as white boys.
Bye-bye.
Exactly. Which cracks me up because Calvin loves Justin Timberlake.
Stop. Don't.
And he was the worst one.
Don't put that lie in no atmosphere.
You for sure have played his album 2020 numerous times.
Do not put that anywhere.
Numerous times.
On any timeline.
Numerous times.
Or any
I bet if I look at your Spotify right now,
one song,
Justin Timberlake's showing up multiple times.
Maybe 5 maybe 6 songs that I rarely listen to. It's only one that I really listen to every time it comes on.
I'm just saying he's a fave.
Whatever.
And he's the worst one.
Putting that bull crap out there in the multiverse. Don't do that.
He's the worst one is what's cracking me up. But the reason I say that NSYNC in terms of like singing technicality is better is because I feel like more of them are better at it. There's more of a collective group that has distinctive voices versus Backstreet Boys. They blend great, but they don't have a whole lot of distinctive voices.
That's no point of band blending.
That's the whole point of band blending.
Yeah, whole point of being in a band. You sound like one band, one sound. That's what it's supposed to be.
Also, he just likes to fight. Clearly, he just likes to fight. He just sat here and said he has no vested interest in boy bands, but he's going to stay into. He loves conflict.
Without Backstreet Boys, NSYNC do not catapult. They don't.
I don't know.
They don't.
I feel like if Backstreet Boys didn't form, he still would have had an NSYNC.
But NSYNC would have been Backstreet Boys.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean they wouldn't catapult. They wouldn't have necessarily the same trajectory, but they would still take off.
I don't know. I think Backstreet Boys.
I think they ran as a test pilot for Lou Pearlman trying to do this because he wanted to create the next New Kids on the Block.
Yes. So, in essence, the Backstreet Boys was his new addition.
Okay.
And NSYNC comes and make all the money, and they're like the New Kids on the Block. Because even though everybody loved New Edition didn't make the money New Kids on the Block did.
Well, so technically, Backstreet Boys have outsold NSYNC. They made more albums than NSYNC did. NSYNC they split off with Justin doing his own solo earlier in their career than Backstreet Boys did.
But what I'm saying is, to that point, before NSYNC separated,
Okay.
they sold them more. They sold more.
Okay.
So that's what I think happened.
Mm-hmm.
They brought the boy bands back because there's a gap between New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys.
Okay. Not really.
For pop,
Backstreet Boys didn't really take off mainstream until like '98. That's why they were in a whole other country.
that's what I'm saying. There in America for like pop boy bands, there was like a gap.
I would say yes.
Name
Between
any-
New
na-
Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I said. Yeah,
You said NSYNC.
I said between New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys, there was a gap
Mhm.
between those two
Mhm.
that nobody was able to fill.
Mhm.
Backstreet Boys started filling that gap. They brought the boy band back, and NSYNC took it. And then right after NSYNC, it kind of fizzled out.
No, O-Town comes out. A bunch of other boy bands come out.
Well, yeah, you had them.
We had BB Mac. We had
the Jonas Brothers.
no, that's much later.
Oh, what's them?
Hanson.
Hanman.
Nope.
Or Hanson.
Why do you ask me and then say the name wrong anyway?
Because I like to party. Yeah,
Infuriating.
Hanson. Yeah, you had some
BB
other-
Mac.
Okay, I don't know who BB Mac is.
They were an English group that came back. Take That is another group. Take Five is another group.
Is that
Bunch.
Is that a black group? Take Five.
No.
I think this is one they named Take. It's probably another name.
I think it's Take. There's also Take That. Like I said, Take That, Take Five.
Three, something.
There's a lot. So all of a sudden there was an explosion of boy bands. There was. Around that time. But the biggest ones, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Okay. But
But-
yeah, the point of the story was that dude was just pretty much he ran the longest
Con. They called it a Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi
He ran the
scheme
longest Ponzi scheme in history.
American history, which was like
He gets-
30 years.
He gets 25 years in prison, but they tell him they can deduct a year for every million he pays back. He clearly doesn't do that. He dies in prison.
So before they caught him, he went on a run with one of his ex.
No, with a protege.
Yeah, that he
He used to manage a band for, but then they
Natural.
became.
he's part of the Natural.
I have no idea.
Natural,
I've
well,
never heard of this person.
Yeah.
But he used to be in a boy band. They stopped being in the boy band, and then he's like, we became collaborators. Like they became business partners. I'm like, okay. And so he leaves the country. I don't know how he got tipped off that the FBI were so close to him. But he figures
started,
it out.
Said they were in Indonesia, Bali, and he started going down.
No,
to-
I mean when he left the States the first time, because he started telling everybody, I have to go. I have to be. I'm gonna be doing yada
he
yada
had
yada.
no idea. And then I think when they
No,
were-
he knew they were coming. That's why he left and didn't come back.
yeah, he knew he was coming, but the dude he was with, that he went over there with,
I'm asking, how did Lou Pearlman figure out that the FBI was so close to him for him to leave the country?
Oh, easy. They probably was shutting off bank accounts,
Mm.
doing certain things. His money couldn't move. He probably saw noticing people following him, people coming by asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a lot of things.
Interesting.
It
But
could have
yeah.
been, and then it could have been one of those people he knew. Hi, might have tipped him off like the FBI is looking into you.
Mm-hmm.
They might be coming or whatever.
That's
Could be a
the
lot
other
of
thing I
things.
found very interesting. Even though he did all this crazy stuff, there were still some people who were like, he's just a great guy. He made some mistakes, but he was a great guy.
I like how Hulk Hogan is like everywhere.
So we
He's-
found
he's like in everything.
pretty much.
But the dude is from Florida, so I guess it
The
kinda
dude
makes
is from
sense.
Florida, but also Lou Pearlman was a manager for his daughter. Brooke Hogan releases an album under Lou Pearlman.
Yeah. So it's like how Hulk is just everywhere.
He's like, "Oh yeah, brother," in the speech he gives. So it's
Yeah.
hilarious. Hilarious. So
He's out there just Hulk Hogan it up again.
I liked it though. If you like boys bands, if you want to find out more about this Lou Pearlman scandalo that happened, it's not a bad watch. It's a miniseries, so there's 3 episodes, but they run pretty quick.
Yeah, I fell asleep and still knew where I was.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that was our worth the watch. You want to talk about Love After Lockup? You want to do 90 Day?
90 Day.
Okay. 90 Day. The Other Way So our couples, we've got James and Natalia who show up this time, Shekinah and Sarper, Josh and Lily, and Statler and Dempsey. We are Corona and Inky Light this time. Which couple you want to talk about?
Just pick one.
All right, Statler and Dempsey. Statler is making her move to the UK finally. She's figured out how to get this money to Dempsey to get this van without having to sell her car. She calls it a forward, an advance from her job.
Yeah, she got an advance from her job
of 16 grand to pay for the van.
So it sounds like she'd be working for free for a little bit.
Depending on what she does, maybe not that long. It sounds like she does okay for herself.
Who knows?
Because she's going to be working remote. But the other thing is, she already took out a $20,000 loan as well. Statler's bestie is there to help her pack up everything.
You mean her friend who wants to be a lover?
I don't know, but this bestie cannot stand Dempsey. So her bestie was at the reunion for the 90 days before the 90-day show that they were on, and she made it very clear that she does not like Dempsey or trust Dempsey. She really painted Dempsey as a manipulator to Statler, which is very interesting because what we can see as viewers with Statler and Dempsey is that it is the other way around. But anyway, Statler's telling her how like she was struggling to find money to pay for this van, and her bestie is like, "Are you paying the most for this for this van? Is Dempsey providing anything? How is this working?" Like really insinuating that Dempsey's using her, and Statler is agreeing with her. She's like, "Maybe, kind of. I am paying more for the van." Blah 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 blah.
You're
blah.
only paying more because your money came in American dollars.
Right, and the exchange rate is not even.
I told you to
American money does not go as far.
I told you to make sure to get the calculation that you need in American dollars in pounds, so that when you get the American dollars, it at least be equal to the pounds. You're going to pay more by default.
Yeah, because your money is not as valuable as the pound. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So it's not like I'm forcing you to do it. It's called currency that is forcing you to do it. Number one. Number two, it's not like you're paying for everything. I'm putting up everything I have too.
I sold my entire home. I quit my job.
I took out all my savings.
Yeah, to pay for this. And all of mine is in pounds. So I'm thinking this van is probably like, because they're trying to get a fancy van to live in. So I'm thinking it's maybe $60,000. If it's a $60,000 van, and Statler feels she's paying a little bit more. She said she took out a $20,000 loan, a $16,000 loan. That's $36,000, right? From 60, that means there's like a little, like $24,000 that has to get paid, a little bit over. I'm sure that caravan that Dempsey sold is more than $20,000. I bet she sold that thing for 20,000 pounds, which in American money is $40,000. So I don't think Statler is providing accurate information to her bestie about what Dempsey's putting in.
Statler is providing accurate things to herself.
Okay,
information to herself.
Her bestie points out that she feels like Statler gets herself caught in this loop of being in relationships that are not healthy for her, where she will just put all of her worries and doubts and red flags to the side to pursue love because she wants love so badly. This prompts Statler to talk about how she, grew up an adoptee. She felt like she was never loved or chosen by any of her parents.
I am so sick of that excuse.
I mean, it's valid.
I'm so sick of it.
It's a valid feelings.
You're damn near 60.
She's not 60. She's younger than us. But
you're damn near 40. At some point, you got to figure it out and move on.
Here's my thing, though. You're having all these constant worries. Don't go then. Don't go. Break up.
Seems like to me, the relationship Statler gets in, people tell her what she needs to do. She obviously doesn't pay attention.
Part of me wonders if she does this on purpose and she is paying attention, but she likes that so many people are in her business because it makes her feel loved. All these people, she views it as them caring about her. So she constantly puts herself in these situations that are not good for her so that she can get these reactions from people because then she feels loved. In my head, that's what I think is happening.
And that's probably what exactly is happening.
I don't know.
But I just think it's, you can't play the woeful, ignorant person all the time. You can't keep saying,
you say can't, but people do it all the time.
Hey, I didn't know that, and I didn't know I needed to do this.
Here's
No,
what
we
I would
talked
say.
about it.
You
I
can't
told you that.
continue your pattern of action expecting a different outcome. That doesn't make sense to me. To be like, why can't I find love? And you do the same thing over and over again. That doesn't work. So that's what relieves Statler and Dempsey.
It's a definition of insanity.
Basically. So I think her friend drops her off at the airport. It's a tearful goodbye.
Her friend wanted to take her skin and wear it and lick her face.
It does make me also wonder, like, why this friend is so invested, like emotionally invested in Statler's romantic journey.
And madly in love with Statler.
I don't know. Maybe.
The ones that we should be with right in front of our noses, we ignore because that person wants us.
I feel like that's not somebody she should be with.
But that's not what we want.
I don't. In my opinion, I don't think that person would be a good match as well.
Who knows? But she don't want her, so
Statler knows because it hasn't happened. So moving on to Shekinah and Sarper because this is real quick.
China.
Nope. So Shekinah. Why do you do this? You know her name.
Shekinah.
She's a fellow brown person, and you're going to be disrespectful of her name. You know the white people already can't say it. Why would you also add to that?
Shekinah.
Oh my goodness. So Shekinah's still in Turkey. She's still upset with Sarper about his bottle collection and Little Black Book. She brings up, this is the morning after, and they're still talking about this 143-page letter.
I'm writing you a 403,000 letter. I still don't think that dude wrote that goddamn letter.
I told you some of those pages look blank. So anyway, she says it didn't stop them from having sex that night, though, because she's like, we're always going to want to. But it never, it's not going to solve our problem. So we'll have our sex, and then I'll be back to being mad. I'm like, that's not healthy.
Well, the penis can't be that good if it can't make you forget anything.
So they're getting into this fight in the hallway. And she's like, I want you to get rid of these bottles, and I want you to get rid of the black book. And he's like, those are just memories of the past. I trust you. Look, come with me here and look at me and see how much I trust you. And he starts scratching his back on the wall. And we're all lost and confused about what's happening. Turns out, for Sarper, he hasn't had his back waxed by one of his ladies since he got with Shekinah. And to him, this means that he's super trustworthy because he hasn't reached out to any of his ladies to do that. Because normally, that's what he does. And Shekinah's looking at him like, that's insane. But then goes on to wax his back. So and that's it. That's all we get from them.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know how to answer that question. I didn't know back here means faithfulness.
He's like scratching his back on this dirty wall. She's staring at him like, what is happening? He's like, I grew this back hair for you.
I guess hairy men don't cheat. I don't know.
Who knows? It ends there. We don't go any further. You want to talk about James and Tata? Or you want to talk about Josh and Lily?
Josh and Lily.
Josh is in China, as we know. He finally meets up with Lily to see the house that she built for him.
I think Lily thinks he's a pet.
Because she pets him?
Yes. Oh, is that just an Asian thing?
I kind of feel like my mom does the same thing. So, like the head pats and we got to do this. She does the same thing.
Sure.
Anyway, he's there. He's with Lily. He's already worried that Lily's going to keep throwing in his face that she spent all this money. Because she did. She spent a lot of money. She's giving him a tour around the place. The place is magical. Okay? It's magical. It's in the future. It's a future home. There's an elevator in the house. It plays elevator music. You can control the lights with your phone. It's magic.
What's this dude's name again?
Josh.
Josh's problem is he wants to be a kept man, but he doesn't want you to remind him that he's a kept man. That's his issue. He wants to be in this position because he keeps putting himself in this position in every relationship.
That's true. He said he's been in more than one relationship where it ended because a woman felt that he wasn't contributing as much.
He wants you to take care of him without you telling him you're taking care of him and throw it in his face.
It's very interesting.
That's all that is.
It's very interesting that he's like, yes, you can house me and feed me and I won't work, but I want you to treat me exactly like I am also doing those things. So he is already hesitant. Then we have them going to meet up with, I don't want to say it's a fashion designer, but they're going to get traditional wedding outfits because they're going to have a traditional Chinese wedding as well. Because they got married real quick in the States. But now that he's in China with her, they're going to have a traditional one.
And she wants it based off of the imperial era of the time of China. Extravagant. None of that stuff is cheap. So she is stressing to Josh, like, hey, I like these outfits. See what you like, but it's going to cost money. And I can't afford it because I bought the house. And he's like, yeah. So then he's like, well, the least I can do is pay for this. So I guess I'll reach into these pockets and try to do that for her. And she's like trying to like really make sure that he's going to do it. Like, you're going to pay? It costs money today. You're going to have to pay today. You sure you're going to pay? And he's like, she keeps bringing this up. It's going to get real tiring. Yeah, she's going to bring it up every day, man. She's going to bring it up every day. Every day. Did you not see the house? So I don't understand what his problem is.
He wants to be kept, but he don't want you to tell him that he's being kept. That's the problem.
He's already feeling away.
That's the whole issue. If she don't ever bring up money and she keeps taking care of him, he'll be fine.
It's crazy. Then we got James and Natalia, a.k.a. Tata, a.k.a. what the hell is even happening? Zero planning has gone on. We've catch up with James. When we left, he had just told his brother and his brother's girlfriend, fiance, wife, person. And they were like, you need to tell our parents. And he was like, ugh. So he drops the bomb on his parents. We don't see the parents, which means the parents did not agree to be filmed. So
at all.
He's like, yeah, it didn't go well because he has up and left last minute before to be with a spouse, with his family. And they're like, this is dangerous. Like, why do you keep doing this? So he's like, but it is what it is. I have to be with my wife and I'm moving to Indonesia. He gets some friends to look after Jojo, their dog. And then he gets dropped off at the airport. He's with his friend who is pointing out some very good points about, are you sure you want to do this? You about to be by yourself. You're giving up your job. You don't even know where you're going to live. This is a good plan. And he's just like, I got to follow my wife. And he's like, okay. Flash to Natalia in Indonesia. She has a happy reunion with her parents. And then she drops that her parents think she's only visiting. But the real deal is she's moving there with James. But they don't know it. She's hoping that her parents will just be cool with her and James living with them. Her parents already have 7 people living in their house. So she goes to her older sister and asks for advice. She's like, hey, yeah, I know you guys think I'm visiting, but I'm moving here. I'm moving here with James. The doctors are just better. It's just a better style of living for me out here. It's not as cold. We're going to move out here. Her sister looks at her like she's dumb as hell. She's like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you move here? And she's like, because blah, 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 blah. She's like, where are you going to live? She goes, we're going to live with mom and dad. Her sister goes, no. Like, they're not going to be okay with that. They're not going to be okay with you living there. And she's like, well, how can I convince mom and dad? She's like, you can't. You're going to have to find a new place. If you're going to tell them you're moving back here, you need to be living in your own spot. That's how this has to work. And she's like, well, we can't do that because we don't have the money right now. James quit his job. And her sister goes, stop. What? Why would James quit his job? Does he think he's going to find a job here? And she's like, yeah, he's going to help dad with the banana chip business. And her sister goes, I don't know what would possess you to quit your job in America that pays you more to come work here to barely make any money.
To coat banana chips.
She's like, minimum wage here is less. There's going to be a language barrier. Most places do not hire a foreigner. What the hell is she thinking? So now Tata is sad. She's upset because she's like, why isn't this going the way I thought it was going to go? And it's like, because you communicated nothing to anybody, to no one. She's also sad when James catches her up about how his parents reacted to him moving to Indonesia, which was not well. And she's like, I just felt like I wish there was a different way we could have done this. There's tons of ways you could have done this. Tons.
You could have went by yourself, got yourself, because she's looking mighty healthy now.
She's shining and bright.
She looks nice and pristine. When you saw her, when you first saw her, she was frail, right. Losing weight. She was like 2 seconds from death's door.
Yep.
They show her now in Indonesia.
Glowing.
She's full of life, vibrant.
Saying hi to folks.
She got her skin color back.
Yeah.
Everything. She can breathe the air. This is just ridiculous.
I don't understand the communication here. I don't understand how she thought this was going to work out. Especially now that she's married. So, but that's pretty much it. We'll find out in the next episode. One, her parents asking her why they aren't having kids because one of the deals that James allegedly made to marry her was that they would have children. But Tata wants kids, but I don't think Tata wants kids because James doesn't. So that's going on. I'm most excited to see what's going to happen with Corona and Inky because she's already upset with how he greets her at the airport in a little preview. He shows up with flowers, but she's like, he's not excited.
Because he doesn't know what to do. He's used to having relations with his sisters
Cousins.
and cousins. So this is new for him.
But that's 90 Day the Other Way. You got anything else you want to add?
No, it's time for love, 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 love during, love, after love, not during.
You have notes.
Lockup. I have life after, during, don't lock up.
Okay, my order of notes goes Zariah and Troy.
Yeah, I got it just like the show.
Then it goes Kim and Joey.
I have it just like the show.
Then it goes Shantae and True.
I have it just like the show.
And then Letitia and Keith.
I have it just like the show.
And then Hope and Arthur.
Yeah, I have it just like the show.
Okay, go for it.
So, Zariah and Troy. Zariah's 32. I don't know what she does.
She's an executive director for a nonprofit that deals with recently released incarcerated people. You said you have notes.
Thank you. Troy's 29. He's locked up.
Oh, my gosh.
As we all know.
Do you know why he's locked up, Calvin? Did you write that down?
Stealing. What? Why is he in jail? Stealing?
Calvin.
He's stealing, right?
Possession of a weapon.
He's stealing.
Attempted robbery.
Okay, stealing.
You're so crazy.
Thank you. I was right.
How long has he been in jail?
6.
7.
Same thing.
No.
So Zariah is pretty much a church girl from Syracuse, New York. Her mother and father are bishop and the pastor of the church.
She's not a church girl, though.
She's a church girl, but
She was raised churchy, but she's not a church girl.
Well, same thing.
No.
Yeah, she's
No.
She's pretty much a
Her
church
face
girl.
being in church made sense after she explains what her actual perspective is.
So
Because she was looking stank face.
she has a little boy. Her and Troy have been dating.
What's the little boy's name, Calvin? You
I
got
don't.
these notes.
I don't know. I don't care. He's not a pivotal part of this whole thing.
Yes, he is.
Not really.
Okay.
He just helps the story move along. Pretty much,
SAO.
she's been dating Troy for 5 years, and they've been married for 3.
Uh-huh.
He's been at
Look at that math, though. That math is not
the
mathing.
math is not mathing. First of all, her baby daddy is Troy's cellmate.
Yeah, that's how she met Troy.
That's how she met Troy. Then she said she went to go see her baby daddy in jail, and then she saw Troy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn, he fine.
Yep.
Okay, that's stupid. So she still has to actually get divorced first. Wait a minute.
She's divorced.
Okay.
There's another person in here who is not, but she's
Yeah.
divorced.
So she finally.
Because she said Troy wouldn't be with her
Unless
unless
they got divorced.
they got divorced.
So.
Which means she was openly cheating on this person.
So pretty much, I don't know why her mom and dad wants Troy to come preach.
They
at
think they
the
can
church.
save him.
They think they can convert him or save him, whatever. It's not gonna happen. So her sister's also living with her,
Yes.
and Troy doesn't like that. He hopes
he wants her
moved-
gone.
She's moved by the time they get there. This is what was to me.
Uh-huh.
Her sister's like, I guess I can't walk around in booty shorts anymore or
Mhm.
whatever. Her
Yeah.
sister, and she was like, you can still do that.
Mhm.
It don't matter. I'm like, no, you don't want your sister doing that.
Okay.
I'm not saying
that was iffy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying your sister's gonna do anything, but I'm pretty sure he would try.
She feels that once they have a physical relationship, it's just gonna lock everything into place for her.
That has
Like
nothing
he's
to-
just gonna be only about her. So even if her sister's walking around in booty shorts, he's not gonna be dissuaded because it's gonna be all about her
whatever
in her head.
Whatever.
But clearly, what got me was her talking about how she grew up pretty sheltered, but as soon as she met her first quote unquote street guy, that's all she's been interested in. That's all she wants.
Because church.
That's what she says. She's like, you get told so many times that you can't have it, so of course you want it. I'm like, that's the message. She also apparently has terrible taste. So
Whatever, Eve.
said
So
Eve,
Yeah, that's what Eve would say.
The other thing is her spending $50,000 on this man.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
What did you think of her money bouquet with the crown?
That's stupid.
I'm gonna show up one day to your job. I'm gonna get off the train at Crystal with a money bouquet and a crown for you to wear because you're a king.
And we're gonna leave. And by the time we get to the house, there will be papers printing out that printer. The end.
I was like, girl, she's showing ring after ring, cufflinks. This man don't own a shirt that needs cufflinks. What's he gonna do with those?
Who knows? But apparently, she goes talk to her life coach, the voodoo priestess.
No, her psychic. She said, "This is my psychic."
The voodoo
'Cause she's
priestess.
So we find out she's spiritual more in terms of like crystals and energies, and not so much as in the Bible.
So
She said she doesn't believe in organized religion.
whatever. So her voodoo priestess pretty much gives her bad news.
Honestly, pretty much gives her the truth.
So apparently,
She's like, you guys need to work on communication. I'm seeing a lot of instances where wires are going to get crossed. You're going to have a lot of turbulence. Work on that communication. Then she's like, I'm also seeing drama. Drama's going to be happening at some point. Is there a baby mama in the picture? Apparently, yes. And she's like, yeah, that baby mama's going to be in this picture pretty hard. So you ready for that? And then you get the standalone where Zariah's like, well, the baby mama stance is kind of like, she doesn't see me as an actual serious interest of this man, of Troy's. So she thinks that we're going to run our course and then she's just going to get back with him. Then she asks the ultimate question. Will me and Troy work out? Not only does this woman get a no, but apparently her spiritual guides told her hell no. So there's that. Hilarious.
The voodoo priestess says, "Run, run, run, my voodoo child, run."
What did you think of the tattoo she got of Troy's name on her side? Because it's
That
not
was-
small.
That was stupid.
Big as heck.
It's gonna hurt when she had to get it covered.
It was me. For me, it was her not believing in organized religion. What happened for your perspective to be this? You grew up in the church. This is very
I
interesting.
tell you what happened. It is what happens to a lot of church growing kids who have parents who are preachers
Okay.
in the church.
Mhm.
They just rebel. Don't know why.
I wonder if there was a negative experience where
They
she was like,
just-
"This is all crap."
They just rebel because they just rebel. I can't tell you why.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there was if she had a negative experience associated with church and she was like, "This is all hypocrisy," because I've heard that a lot as well. So, but that's these two. Troy also wanted to mention when he gets his little standalone on the phone with the show that when he gets out, he's got a lot of people he got to talk to because he is a female magnet, quote unquote. So he just has a lot of people he got to catch up with.
Everybody who's in jail is a female magnet. Apparently, every guy who's been in jail who's been on the show has said that. Every last one.
It's hilarious. All right, sir. Who's next on your list?
Kim and Joey.
Okay.
Okay, Kim is 38, Joey's 39. They're pretty much known each other since childhood. They're pretty much in Eden, North Carolina. You see Kim talking to her dad. Her dad hates Joey. Her dad thinks I guess he was a teen or a kid or whatever, Joey stole their his $16,000 bicycle.
$1,600 bike. It was not $16,000.
It said 16,000 on the caption.
It said 1,600.
Okay, whatever. $1,600 bike out of the garage because he knew they were going to be away. Kim is like, I don't know if he did it, but if he did, that's a long time ago. I don't know what he want me to do about it. His dad, how about you?
No, she
don't
said
date
if
him?
it happened, why wouldn't he tell me about it? Because it was so long ago. And I said, that's not how lying works.
So, anywho, pretty much Kim has been married like 3 times.
Yep.
Apparently, she hasn't been single since kindergarten.
She says, I haven't been single since I was 5. I said, wow.
So, she has 2 boys.
From her latest marriage.
So I guess she got pregnant with the second husband kids while she was still married to the first husband.
Third husband's kids. She's been married 3 times.
I'm sorry, third husband.
So she was with her second husband when she got pregnant with the third husband's kids.
Okay, yes.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's insane.
But now she's trying to get a divorce from the third husband.
to marry Joey. Joey has a lot of red flags. Like, he's a crackhead.
Immediately. No, opiates, not crack.
Same thing.
Get them correct.
Crackhead. He's a druggie. That's all we need to know. She's pretty much spent about $15,000 on him. I think she got him a car.
She said between phone calls, car, and shoes. And clothes.
So she's talking to her friend who
Jennifer.
is watching her kids, and I guess they talk about Joey, how she spent all this money and all this stuff. She bought a car, whatever.
What I liked about Jennifer was that she was like, "You're an idiot. You have terrible taste in men. Why do you keep doing this to yourself?"
And that's when we found out he's a crackhead.
Well, that he deals with addiction because apparently that is her type. We find out Kim only goes after guys who have addiction issues.
Her kid's father was a alcohol addiction.
No, that was the first husband.
Okay, I don't know. Oh, sir.
The first husband had an alcohol addiction. She said she stayed in it till she couldn't stay in it anymore. She doesn't mention what the boy's father has or what the second husband had.
Anywho,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not opiate related.
So they move on. Joey's mom comes over because they've been knowing each other for a long time.
3 years.
And she plans on watching the kids for a while. She and Joey go off to a rented cabin in the mountains to get to know each other.
So Joey's supposed to be getting out. She's supposed to be picking him up, and they're supposed to have like a mini moon with a cabin in the woods.
But
yes,
apparently on her way there to pick him up, Joey calls her because some girl Ashley told him that she was still messing with her ex-husband
and some other man,
some other men. So,
but then it leaves on that cliffhanger. What got me with Kim was that she was like, "Yeah, Joey's dealing with all of this, but he's gonna go straight for me. I've never had somebody so involved in my kid's life. He's in jail.
You never give anybody else time to do that.
He's in jail." She's like, "He's in therapy. He's clean. He's in jail. He has to be in therapy. He has to be clean."
That's how you get clean. A lot of times they go to jail.
That support system is about to go away. Why do you think they have so many issues when they come out? Because that support system is gone, girl.
Also, that car she got him about to go get smoked away too.
Girl.
Anywho, that's pretty much Kim and Joey. On to Shantae in True Life.
Shantae and True come from our Love During Lockup season. We met them there. Where we found out horrifying stories about Shantae, who survived a rape situation, and the first person that she felt was in her corner was True. That's how they kind of bonded. She initially met True through her brother who was serving time because they were cellmates.
So,
what a love story.
Was True really there for her only because he had nowhere else to go?
That's basically what her brother points out during Love During Lockup. He's like, "I don't think True's a good guy for you." She's like, "You introduced me to He's like, "Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's not a good guy for you." But she's pursuing this anyway. She's been warned not only by her brother, but by True's own mother and sister. And she's like, "Whatever, y'all, I'm gonna fix him." So,
and everybody else in the town, seems like.
Basically. She's like, "I had a moment there where I was really wondering if I'm going to pursue this." Girl, we knew you were going to pursue it. Anyway, he's finally about to get out. She goes to meet him. His sister comes, and her kids come also to meet and greet him. And it's the first time True is going to see Shanta in person. She's been sending him photos, but she has not come down to visit him live and in person. And that reunion is awkward as hell.
Because I don't think she knows how to be in the space of a man after all that stuff happened to her.
Seriously, because that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. True also was somebody who's like, "Yeah, I regularly spoke to over 60 women while in jail, but I put all that aside to be with Shanta."
Come on. When you go to jail, you get game.
I guess so.
Jail comes with automatic pimp game.
There's also confusion as to where True is staying. Is he staying with his moms? Is he staying with his sister? Is he staying with Shantae? No one knows. And we don't get an answer. So we'll find out in the next episode, I guess, what's going to go on with that. And that's it.
Then you got Letitia and Keith with an F.
Also, I think we met them. Yeah, Love During Lockup, but
Yes.
not this last season. It was the season before, right?
Season before that.
Letitia, as we know, is an accountant. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Keith is in jail for drug distribution. An accountant of a different kind. So.
A street pharmaceutical
rep. He's already been in jail. The show tells us 10 years. Letitia says over 10 years. Which one is it?
Who cares?
Okay.
He's still in jail.
But Keith calls her with good news. There's been some law changes in the state he's in, and he might be eligible for immediate release.
Maybe soda kind of. Let's see. Hopefully.
If you want to spoil yourself, go look at Sarcasm. It doesn't look like it, but it's true. But whatever. Letitia talks about how she's looking forward to getting busy and working on having more kids. She's like, we have 7 kids between the two of us. The math isn't mathing because she only has 2 kids, which means that he's got 5 kids. And if you watch Love During Lockup, he has 5 kids with 5 different women. So, yay. Letitia's youngest, Kira, is super excited. She's bonded to Keith for some reason. Like, she really identifies him as her dad. She's really happy he's going to be coming home soon. But her oldest, Naraya, disassociated. She's completely shut down. And it's Letitia trying to, like, get Naraya excited that Keith might be coming home. But it's Naraya being like, I kind of would prefer not to. I thought I had more time. I thought he would be living somewhere else first before he starts living with us. I am not looking forward to this.
She needs to get that girl some help.
The girl looks like she's going through it. She really does.
Those disassociated with the world almost.
Yeah.
Like she's
numb.
Yeah. She's numb to something. Something happened and she's numb to it.
Yeah. And she's just not excited for it. And Letitia's like, I really want to get her on board. And it's like, no. So that's not.
Get her on board help. How about that?
It don't make no sense. Here's the other thing about Letitia. If you guys follow Sarcasm, she is dealing with her own criminal activities. Okay, she wasn't paying people. She claimed bankruptcy. She lost her workspace. She may have been trying to do accounting without a proper license. It's been a very interesting time for her, and so there's all these pending and open investigations that might be happening around her. So I'm very interested to see how the story is going to go. Are we going to see her declare bankruptcy?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's pretty much their story.
Yep, Hope and Arthur, who are quickly becoming my favorite couple.
So Hope is a truck driver. She met Arthur 6 years ago through a friend. I think that was a setup. But then again, listening to the story, they might have set Arthur up.
I can see how it would be a setup if he was in jail when they met, but she met him when he was at the halfway house. So he was about to parole for a different crime. So she met him in person because he says the first time I met her, she fucked me the hardest I've ever been fucked in my life. I said, wow.
When did that happen?
It was right there when he was talking about meeting her for the first time. And we were looking at his little tattoo.
Oh, I was concentrating on that. I must have completely missed what he said.
That's what he said was their first meet, was that she did that. I was like, yo.
Oh, so he pussywood.
Is he? Anyway, so.
Sounds like it to me.
He's about to get out. He was in jail for theft of a car and evading arrest. He's only been serving for 4 years. But Hope is excited. I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out. With her being a truck driver, where the heck is he staying?
So she pulls up in her truck.
Her cab.
His mom is waiting there, and his mom's like, what's going on?
Well, before that, she gets a call from the prison saying, hey, where are you at? We can't release until you're here. You coming?
Yeah. So apparently.
She running late.
He has to come. She has to get him out.
He can only be released to her.
He can only be released to her, which pisses the mom off because the mom was there, I guess, for like an hour or so.
First of all, the mom shows up unplanned. She said it was supposed to be a surprise, which means she told nobody she was coming. So she's mad that somebody else is encroaching on her time when she didn't set up or communicate that she was going to be there in the first place. And she gets mad at Hope. She's like, I'm his mother. I shouldn't have to jump through these hoops. And it's like, I'm not in charge of who he can be released to. That was on the person, and they chose me. So I don't know what to tell you.
So her and the mom get into it for a little bit. And the mom was like, I don't trust you.
Well, so the mom also told us before Hope got there that she does not like Hope. She doesn't explain why. It's kind of hinted later when Hope explains that she openly cheated on Arthur. That might be why, but I think it's the attitude thing. She keeps saying that she's got an attitude.
So Hope and Arthur had an open relationship because she told Arthur, I have to have sex. I guess she has the Tiger Woods syndrome. So he was like, cool.
He wasn't cool with it. That was the whole point.
But he said, cool. as long as you don't catch feelings. She was doing it. Eventually, he said, "You know what?
I'm not cool with it
I'm
anymore.
not cool with it anymore. Stop." She told him she'll stop, but
said,
she didn't.
She said she provided the illusion that she had stopped. What does that mean, girl? Anyway.
But then her dumb ass gave him her phone, and he
that had a sex video with another dude on it.
that had a sex video. Why are we? Whatever. So I don't know if they broke up or not. I guess she
Clearly
apologized.
not. They're still together.
I guess she put it on him, and he forgave her. Who knows? But they're still together. The end of that relationship, or that.
Well, it's the back and
So-
forth that Vanetta and Arthur's mom have. Because Arthur's mom is like, or no, Vanetta is Arthur's mom. That Vanetta and Hope have. Because Vanetta's like, listen, I've been traveling for the last 3 hours. I got here at crack of dawn. She's late. She finally shows up. And she's like, you are not treating this with the respect it needs to be treated with. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, I had to get cute. And the mom gives her the shadiest look. She looks at this girl's dress up and down like, this is effort? All right. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
That's gonna be the best.
It was so funny.
That's gonna be the best one.
But
Because
also,
the mom and her
do
it's
not
gonna
like
be
each other.
crazy.
What did you think of Hope's statement that Vanetta picks and chooses when she's going to be in her son's life? What did you think about that? She said that Vanetta went 5 years without talking to him.
He's a grown adult, so if he doesn't want to talk to his mom, what is she gonna do?
But in that same vein, with him being a grown adult, why is the mom there? She's acting like she has all these privileges as the mother.
Because she wants to see her son. I'm assuming.
It makes me wonder if she wants to see him because she wants to see him, or if she wants to see him because it's going to bug Hope.
Could be everything.
Mm.
You just don't need a reason. Just need the time.
What do you think of these couples then for Love After Lockup? I like them. I like the choices we got.
This one seems like it'll be more lively.
It doesn't feel as predictable as the previous seasons,
No.
where it was just like kind of like rehashing. This kind of feels like back to early Love After Lockup seasons.
Seems like we got a bunch of strong couples.
Well, strong, messy couples for sure.
Yeah. Instead of one couple carrying everything, or maybe two. Seems like we got a good cast of characters.
Who do we think is already cheating on their person?
Oh, without a doubt, it's
Troy.
Hope.
Oh, you think Hope?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I meant like the inmates, but okay, you think Hope is cheating on Arthur.
Yeah.
I think Troy is cheating on Zariah. I think True is cheating on Shantae.
Of course.
And I
Yes.
do think that Kim is cheating on Joey. I do think that.
Those two. Yeah. I think Kim and Hope are cheating.
Okay.
And I think the rest of the other people are cheating are the dudes in jail.
All of the dudes? Who was
No, just the other three dudes.
Troy, Keith? Well, Keith. I don't think Keith is.
I don't think Keith's doing anything. Keith is the only one that's probably not doing anything.
I don't know. He's got 5 baby mamas. He's got 5. And I know a lot of guys who like compartmentalize that. They're like, it's not cheating. It's my baby mama. You can't cheat where you're already dipped. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, that's
You
what's going
don't get to select the terms of what cheating is when you're cheating.
on. Yeah.
That's how that should work. But who knows? I'm just a country boy.
I'm happy Love After Lockup is back. I didn't realize that they had come back. So excited.
They came like a thief in the night and came back.
I like it. I appreciate it more than I do 90 Day the Other Way. Even though 90 Day the Other Way is fun right now. I do love me some Love After Lockup.
Yep, but I ain't got nothing else to say, really.
Okay. Were there any other shows that you caught? Did you finally catch them all?
I'm going to do that. The first episode wasn't, it was all right. It was cool.
Oh, you found a way to watch it. Okay.
Yeah, it's free on Netflix. It's on Netflix, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, another one of our informers told me that.
The same one.
Who?
It's not Pam?
No.
Oh.
A good friend told me that. I don't know if they want to have their names on the airwaves, so they might be on the run. Who knows? I don't know.
On the run.
You know, everybody don't want to be famous.
So is The Mole something that you'll like actively watch?
I try. It's hard for me to get into stuff because
Then you don't like it.
my ADHD kicks in.
I'm just saying.
Even though it's stuff that I watch that I like when I watch it. Like remember Equalizer? I was into that, and then all of a sudden I just stopped.
They
it.
can't hear you when you just
I just
make
stopped.
hand movements.
I just stopped watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a reason. It still was a good show. I just stopped watching it.
Sure.
So my attention span comes and goes with shows
Sure. Because you watch Love After Lockup.
because that's
And you watch all the 90-day spinoffs.
buffoonery.
And your scary medical shows, you watch all of those.
Yeah, because I like to see how horrible people like to let their feet and stuff get.
I'm just
before they do
saying.
anything
You
about
say that like your attention comes and goes, but not really.
It depends on what it is.
Parking wars? Yeah, so.
Yeah.
You say yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you for listening to We Like That podcast.
So we like that.
Go ahead and click that subscribe button. You know you want to. And rate us 5 stars. I'm Javon.
I'm Calvin,
Later, people.
and we're out.